like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 9, Book 88, number 190. Narrated by Abdullah bin Umar. The statement of the Prophet, "Whoever takes up arms against us, is not from us." Volume 9, Book 88, number 191. Narrated by Abdullah bin Umar. Allah's Apostle said, "Whoever takes up arms against us, is not from us." Volume 9, Book 88, number 192. Narrated by Abu Musa. The Prophet said, "Whoever takes up arms against us, is not from us." Volume 9, Book 88, number 193. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, "None of you should point out towards his Muslim brother with a weapon, for he does not know. Satan may tempt him to hit him and thus he would fall into a pit of fire, hell." Volume 9, Book 88, number 194. Narrated by Sufyan. I said to Amra, "O Abu Muhammad, did you hear Jabir bin Abdullah saying, 'A man carrying arrows passed through the mosque and Allah's Apostle said to him, "Hold the arrows by their heads"?" Amra replied, "Yes." Volume 9, Book 88, number 195. Narrated by Jabir. A man passed through the mosque and he was carrying arrows, the heads of which were exposed, protruding. The man was ordered, by the Prophet, to hold the iron heads so that it might not scratch, injure, any Muslim. Volume 9, Book 88, number 196. Narrated by Abu Musa. The Prophet said, "If any one of you passed through our mosque or through our market while carrying arrows, he should hold the iron heads," or said, he should hold their heads firmly with his hand lest he should injure one of the Muslims with it. Volume 9, Book 88, number 197. Narrated by Abdullah. The Prophet said, "Abusing a Muslim is fusiq, evil-doing, and killing him is kufr, disbelief." Volume 9, Book 88, number 198. Narrated by Ibn Umar. I heard the Prophet saying, "Do not revert to disbelief after me by striking, cutting, the necks of one another." Volume 9, Book 88, number 199. Narrated by Abu Bakr. Allah's Apostle addressed the people saying, "Don't you know what is the day today?" They replied, "Allah and his Apostle know better." We thought that he might give that day another name. The Prophet said, "Isn't it the day of An-Nar?" We replied, "Yes, O Allah's Apostle." He then said, "What town is this? Isn't it the forbidden, sacred town, Mecca?" We replied, "Yes, O Allah's Apostle." He then said, "Your blood, your properties, your honors and your skins, i.e., bodies, are as sacred to one another like the sanctity of this day of yours in this month of yours in this town of yours. Listen, haven't I conveyed Allah's message to you?" We replied, "Yes." He said, "O Allah, be witness for it. So it is incumbent upon those who are present to convey it, this message of mine, to those who are absent because the informed one might comprehend what I have said better than the present audience who will convey it to him." The narrator added, "In fact, it was like that." The Prophet added, "Beware. Do not renegade as disbelievers after me by striking, cutting, the necks of one another." Volume 9, Book 88, number 200. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. The Prophet said, "Beware. Do not renegade as disbelievers after me by striking, cutting, the necks of one another." Volume 9, Book 88, number 201. Narrated by Jarrah. The Prophet said to me during Hajjat al-Wada, "Let the people keep quiet and listen." Then he said, addressing the people, "Beware. Do not renegade as disbelievers after me by striking, cutting, the necks of one another." Volume 9, Book 88, number 202. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's Apostle said, "There will be afflictions, in the near future, during which a sitting person will be better than a standing one, and the standing one will be better than the walking one, and the walking one will be better than the running one, and whoever will expose himself to these afflictions, they will destroy him. So whoever can find a place of protection or refuge from him, should take shelter in it." Volume 9, Book 88, number 203. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. Allah's Apostle said, "There will be afflictions, in the near future, during which a sitting person will be better than a standing one, and the standing one will be better than a walking one, and the walking one will be better than a running one, and whoever will expose himself to these afflictions, they will destroy him. So whoever can find a place of protection or refuge from him, should take shelter in it." Volume 9, Book 88, number 204. Narrated by Al-Hasan. Al-Anaf said, smiley face, "I went out carrying my arms during the nights of the affliction, i.e. the war between Ali and Aisha, and Abu Bakr met me and asked, 'Where are you going?' I replied, 'I intend to help the cousin of Allah's Apostle, i.e. Ali.' Abu Bakr said, Allah's Apostle said, 'If two Muslims take out their swords to fight each other, then both of them will be from amongst the people of the hell-fire.' It was said to the Prophet, 'It is all right for the killer, but what about the killed one?' He replied, 'The killed one had the intention to kill his opponent.' See Hadith number 30, Volume 1. Volume 9, Book 88, number 205. Narrated by Al-Anaf. Abu Bakr said, "The Prophet said, as above," 204. Volume 9, Book 88, number 206. Narrated by Hudhaifa bin al-Yaman. The people used to ask Allah's Apostle about the good, but I used to ask him about the evil lest I should be overtaken by them. So I said, O Allah's Apostle, we were living in ignorance and in an extremely worst atmosphere. Then Allah brought to us this good, i.e., Islam. Will there be any evil after this good? He said, yes. I said, will there be any good after that evil? He replied, yes, but it will be tainted, not pure. I asked, what will be its taint? He replied, there will be some people who will guide others not according to my tradition. You will approve of some of their deeds and disapprove of some others. I asked, will there be any evil after that good? He replied, yes, there will be some people calling at the gates of the hell fire, and whoever will respond to their call will be thrown by them into the hell fire. I said, O Allah's Apostle, will you describe them to us? He said, they will be from our own people and will speak our language. I said, what do you order me to do if such a state should take place in my life? He said, stick to the group of Muslims and their imam, ruler. I said, if there is neither a group of Muslims nor an imam, ruler. He said, then turn away from all those sects even if you were to bite, eat, the roots of a tree till death overtakes you while you are in that state. Volume 9, Book 88, number 207. Narrated by Abu al-Aswad. An army unit was being recruited from the people of Medina and my name was written among them. Then I met Ikrimah, and when I informed him about it, he discouraged me very strongly and said, Ibn Abbas told me that there were some Muslims who were with the pagans to increase their number against Allah's Apostle, and the Muslim army, so arrows from the Muslim army would hit one of them and kill him, or a Muslim would strike him with his sword and kill him. So Allah revealed, verily, as for those whom the angels take in death, while they are wronging themselves, by staying among the disbelievers, 4.97.